getting a little bit better about being on about sticking to a schedule. I said I was gonna do it at 8, but so here it is, 8:05. Not bad, huh? So anyway, what up, Kim folk? It is your boy, this Do Right Gamer, and I am doing this live. Tonight I'm going to unbox this bad boy, the Turbografx 16 Mini. So of course, you're probably gonna be watching the YouTube replay, but I'm gonna unbox this live, and then I'm gonna play a few games and get some first impressions. So first, a little bit of history. Well, actually, first of all, usually, I have this series called Gaming Archaeology. I just put up a new one about Carmen Sandiego like last week, but usually I would take like a little device and unbox and do a little deep dive into the object's history, and then do the unboxing at the end. But I'm thinking like differently this time. I'm gonna do a little bit differently this time. I'm going to do an unboxing video separately from the. I might do the unboxing video separately from the historical deep dive, and just keep the gaming archaeology stuff for the purpose of the history aspects. Now, I will eventually do a deep dive into the history of this system eventually, but for now, I think we're just gonna do an unboxing. And this way, I won't have to wait like several weeks or even sometimes months in some cases to do open up a new device I got. So this is the Turbografx 16 Mini. It's from Konami of all people. Well, yeah, actually Konami had a deal with Hudson Soft that they put out some hardware on the system. Most famous notably being Dracula X, and there's some other stuff. I know that's not like exactly correct, but it's not the full story, but that's part of it, and they got the license to create this mini system. So like you've been seeing the NES Classic, the Sega Genesis Classic, and the Super NES Mini, as well as the Super Retro Crate device that I showed off like last fall in the Yak Games Legend device. So one thing, this only comes with one controller. So I'll get to that in a second. But anyway, back during the 16-bit era, like this was like the third pillar before time between the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo. However, it really didn't have much success in the U.S. per se, but it did have a lot of success in Japan, where it was actually like second after the Super Nintendo, and in Japan it was like Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and Turbografx when it comes to 16-bit systems. Now the thing about this is it was marketed as a 16-bit system, but it didn't really do a lot of graphical techniques that you would later see in the Super Nintendo. In fact, the sound processor I believe was barely above down to regular Nintendo. I could be wrong, but I remember off the top. But hey. So obviously NEC got out the console making business, and the system resurfaced like during the Wii era, when you would see many Turbografx games on the Virtual Boy, on the Wii Virtual Console, and I actually purchased a few of them. So, and of course they were putting out with a mini system. It was actually supposed to be out in March, but I believe the COVID-19 virus had delayed the production, so they edged it out like 2 months later, and that's not too bad. So here's the back. Here's all the games that you're gonna get. So you got a series of Turbografx games, as well as a series of PC Engine games. Now the only thing that sucks about the PC Engine stuff, because those are Japanese games, then you only get you're only in Japanese, and that really sucks, because there's a game on here called because they got Snatcher on here, and I believe it's like the first outside of Sega CD, this is like the first time in a while that it's been released in the US. So you got if you I really didn't have one growing up, so most of this is like the first time for me. But these are all the big name games that you heard about, like Splatterhouse, Bonk, Alien Crush, Ninja Spirit. There's loads of Lords of Thunder, Bomberman 3. As for the PC Engine games, they got a good selection too. They got Salamander and Gradius, and which also came out in that Shoot 'em Up compilation last year that Konami put out. And they also have, I believe, the Ease Book 1 and 2 for the regular Turbografx, and Ease Book 1 and 2 for the PC Engine, which is kind of pointless because you got the American and the Japanese version. Also, they have they do have like Dracula X on here, which that was a really hugely sought after title, like when it came out in the 90s. And there is also Cho Aniki. It's a game of like homoerotic. Well, I wouldn't say like homoerotic, but you'd have to see it to believe it. And I think this is the first time one of these games have been released in the U.S. What else they got? They got there's a lot of arcade ports. The Legend of Valkyrie. That's from Namco, surprisingly. And they have Gradius, like I said before, Gradius, Salamander, Gradius 2, Galaga 88, The Kung Fu. Okay, Ninja Spirit, Dragon Spirit, and they got Bomberman 94. I know you can't really see it like looking up at the thing, but so far like the only place you can get one is, well, I might be wrong again, but you can get one off Amazon. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. I'm sure in a few weeks somebody will find a way to hack this system, but that's not what I'm really caring for. Alright. Take that box off. Here is the instruction manual. This is funny. Do not wrap the controller cable around your neck to avoid risk of suffocation. Make sure to insert the plug straight in or it may short circuit. That's funny. So here is the inside of the box itself. Let's take off the... Let's adjust this a little bit, just so we can see what we're getting into. Alright. I'm going to peel it off, and here is the unit. Now, now there's also a PC Engine one that was released in Japan, as well as a version for Europe. They all look different. That's one of the cool, that's the cool part. So it's like different for each region. Same thing with the Famicom. Now here's two plug and play. Here's two plug-in ports. Here is the controller. Now you get only one control. You only get one controller for whatever reason. But here is the Turbo Pro. Like I said, I never played the original Turbografx, so I don't know. So like I really don't have a whole. So I really can't speak on it from a retro standpoint, but I can't speak on it from a gamer standpoint. The only experience I had with it was like the few games I bought for the virtual console. And here is the HDMI port. Let's see, and here is a charger cable. Of course, they don't come with a actual charger plug, but I assume that just like with the PlayStation Portable, then you can use like anything. You can use that plug that came with your cell phone charger, and maybe I can even use my USB port for it. But we'll see in a second. Now, for whatever reason, it only came with one controller. Now, the original Turbografx 16. You could only use one controller with the system, and you have to buy a multi-tap if you want to play 2-player games. But this one they built in like 2 USB ports, but they only give you 1 controller. And here is where you would plug in the and you probably can't see it, but here's where you would plug in the HDMI cord at. I know it's kind of hard to see. Should have had a flashlight or some shit that I could probably. I know. See if I can shine some light in there. Oh, I know. Oh, see, there it is. That's the there it is. That's the HDMI. That's the HDMI cable where you will plug that in at. So it seems kind of odd that they would make you plug it in there, but I digress. So like I said, they only gave you like 1 controller, but thankfully I bought this. This is a wireless controller, and it's from 8-Bit DO, who is known for publishing like retro controllers. So, and here is a wireless controller for the TG16 Mini, and it comes with its own, charger. And those are the instructions I just slipped out. So yeah, the Japanese version is called the PC engine, and the European version, I believe, is called the Turbografx Mini, and this one for the America is called the Turbografx 16 Mini. And you can also use the controller with your Nintendo Switch. I don't see why you would. I mean, for the retro style value, and if they finally start coming out with a Switch Virtual Console, and they put out TG16 games on it like they freaking should. Or maybe they'll release some of that Johnny Turbo stuff. And here's the wireless receiver. That's a pretty nifty thing that you have. I don't think this is Bluetooth, but let's see, switch. So again, here's the unit itself. Here's the Konami logo. So I'll probably touch into more of Konami's role with the system when I get into the Gaming Archaeology deep dive. But I'm going to go ahead and plug this in here. I'm going to go ahead and hook this thing up. And thankfully I have my AverMedia capture card with me. Ah, shit. Did my... Hold up. Just turn my second monitor off. Okay, there we go. So I actually have my AverMedia capture card on me. So we're gonna hook it. So we're gonna plug into this, and we're gonna get some. We're gonna use it to get some video footage. So for those of you who don't know, like AverMedia is like So for those that don't know, this is the let me show you the box of that. This is the AverMedia. This is the AverMedia Live Gamer Portable 2 Plus. It's a capture card that I've been using. That I've been using when I use these plug and play USB stuffs, as well as a Switch. Like I know everybody prefers the Elgato, or however you pronounce it, but the thing that won me over with this device is that you don't have to hook it up to your you can use it to gain footage off your console without having to plug it into your PC, and that's definitely a plus for me since I do a lot of stuff with console stuff and things like that. But anyway, let's get back to hooking this thing up. Also, if you like what you're watching, then make sure you click like and subscribe. Hit that little bell icon so you'll know when I put out a new video. I'm gonna try it out with this wireless control, and I want to see how it'll work with that. As you can see, this is like one of the things I got a problem with right now. The way they got the HDMI slot built into this. Is there something else I gotta do to get it to fit in? So I have to plug it in and turn it or some shit. You know what? Let's see what the instruction manual says before I end up breaking this thing. Come on, Konami. Here's the back cover. Okay, the AC micro adapter port, US, okay. Okay, so I think I know what to do here. So it looks like you pull this off or something like that. See, I'm not sure. And they didn't do a good job of showing that in the instruction manual, but let me look. So there's a multi-tap for the PC Mini, apparently. Let's see. Gee, Konami, you couldn't make a mini system without fucking it up. I have to pull this back in off or what? Okay, there we go. And this is where you got to pull the in. Let me put the flashlight back on. But this is where you got to plug in the USB cable for the AC adapter. If you can see right there. So yeah. Let's try not to judge him too harshly. I'm gonna wait. You gotta pull the thing through the damn cord. You plug that in. So I'll try not to be too harsh with him, but really, this is a design flaw. There's no two ways around it. You got to put it in there. Okay, let me see if I got this right. So back to the games lineup. I believe Dracula X. Dracula X was a game for the Super CD that was in Japan, and I believe the Super CD was never released over here, and that's why Dracula X never came over here, or it was taken off the market in America before they could. But that's why it took so long to get here, and then they try to put this thing back on. Yeah, Konami, that's a big boner. All right, so that's up. So we're gonna go. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug this thing in. You can see I got the Super Retro K device sitting here, looking at me with envy. Here's the rest of my junk too. Let's plug this bad boy in there. That's part of it. And let's plug this guy. Let's see if it'll reach all the way over here. So I'm going to use the charge for my USB port to plug it in. Make sure I got this hooked up right. Here's a let's see if we can turn this on. I'll turn this on, and first I'm going to switch over to my live play so we can get some game footage. Alright. Oh, looks like I'm in. Okay. You dig that? So here's the language selection. I gotta make sure I got some kind of coming out too, so that's a good thing. Language English, obviously. Right, here's the music. Definitely better than most of the plug-and-play systems that I've played with. Alright, now, I'm using a wireless controller, so here's what it looks like. It's in my hands, and it kind of feels little, almost like the NES controller. Again, I don't have much frame of reference to really reference this by because I never had one of these growing up. I just played like a few games that was on Virtual Console on the Wii. I remember having this big magazine that had a whole list of TG16 games in it. But I'm going to stop talking and pick a game. JJ and Jeff. I hear Splatterhouse. Push run button. Let's run. Oh, it's where the start button would be. Oh, I can't go back to menu. Oh. So you gotta sit through this before I get back to the menu? I mean, how are you plugged in the right port? Let me see. So I think it's in the top port. Let me try that. Alright, so we are in. Need some decent lighting in here. Starting to get dark around here. There we go. So the top port. So the top port is gonna be for the is player 1. I think you press start and select at the same time to bring up the system menu, and that'll let you pick save states and go back to the main menu. I know Splatterhouse, the home port, was one of the bigger games that were on the TG16. Wow, that's a lot of detail. There's a little background behind it. I'm gonna make the screen a little bit bigger. Wait a second. I like it. All right. So my capture card is hooked up directly to the HDMI port on my second monitor. So, only one program can use at a time. And the AverMedia one, it comes with its own homegrown software to broadcast, but I didn't want to have to reconfigure all that just to get it to work here. Okay. I know Namco was one of the big developers on the Turbografx back in the day for Wrench. Because like at the time, I know they're on the outs with Nintendo, so they were making games for both Sega and the Genesis and the Turbografx 16. I'm gonna make a save spot and try another game. That's one good thing this has, like save points. Bonk's Revenge, Here's Onk, New Adventure Island, Soldier. Ooh, so that's a CD system, so they got some CD games too. And here's Lords of Thunder. Ooh. That's a nice little animated intro. I know there are some. I know that Turbografx had some of the better CD games at the time. There's actually some pretty cool music. Alright, now see if the game starts up. Looks like you can select the stage. Nice. Fire armor, wind armor, water armor, earth armor. Ooh. Oh, so that's what that does. So it's like a shooter slasher mix if you get close up to the enemy and make it slash. It's pretty cool. Yikes, game over already? Damn. So at least I get to keep my stuff from last time. Let me try another game. Options. Settings. Okay, wallpaper. Nice. Redesign. Okay, that's cool. It's pretty nice. How do I get to Japanese stuff, I wonder? Select console. Okay, here's the PC engine. That's nice. So it's got a different menu with a different sound. Settings. Doesn't get more 90s than that, the Konami Star logo. Reminds you of when they made video games back in the days. Snatcher. See, here's the thing that sucks, is I think Snatcher is like a nerd of every game. And it's like, the text is in Japanese, so what's the point of having it on here if you're not going to translate it? Rolling Sound Space. But this was actually made by Hideo Kojima, I believe. I might be wrong. Ooh.
1991年6月6日、モスクワ・チェルノートン研究所、謎の大爆発。当時、密かに開発中であった細菌兵器、ルシファーアルファが大気中に漏れるバイオハザードが発生。上昇気流に乗ったルシファーアルファは、東欧諸国、ユーラシア大陸の約 80% を壊滅。この時、世界の半分が死滅した。この史上最大のバイオハザードは後に大惨事と言われる。しかしこの時半世紀後に恐るべき真のバイオハザードが来るであろうことを誰が想像したであろうか。50年後、人類は異常な危機に直面していた。謎の生命体バイオロイドの出現である。国籍、目的、正体不明。某国の新兵器か外界からの侵略者か。彼らは冬になると現れ人を殺害、密かに本人とすり替わり社会に浸透している。人口の数をまとい汗をかき血を流すこともできる。極めて有機的かつ無機体そのもの。オリジナルとの見分けはほとんどつかない。彼らは人の
We should try to start the game. There's a lot of this stuff that I don't understand. It's Japanese. Yeah, I'm gonna pick another game because there's a lot of menus and shit, and you need a try Cho and Nikki. There's a guy or a pretty girl. I'll pick the girl. First stage, Eden. Oh, that was an enemy. This is a bit more easier to understand because this is just a straight up shooter. The language aspect has really come into play.
Hi. Build up! Aniki.
There's some weird ass music. But if you're familiar with the series, then you know it gets even stranger later on. I don't know if it's with this entry or. Alright.
Aniki. Fight.
Yeah, here's what I mean. There's a lot of muscle guys posing. I'm gonna try another game. Here's Gradius 2. This is on that Konami Arcade Classic compilation that they put out last year, but I want to see if it's like the same graphics and sound. Well, it is using the CD-ROM version, so it's probably better than the arcade. The older heads are going to love that. You gotta love this music. This is like Konami at its best in the arcades. Destroy them all! Huga! Huga! Great is a series that doesn't get a lot of love these days. But then again, not a whole lot of Konami's franchises do. You gotta like the visuals and the music here.
Listen.
I think it was during the 80s. Yeah, the Turbografx scene had a ton of these games, and Konami working with them pretty much even helped that even more. And one day I might even take a deep dive into Konami stuff, like the old past stuff. Because they made a lot of good games. Here's the only sucky part about it. You lose your life, you go back to the beginning. Here's what sucks about getting killed in Gradius, because then you start like a square zero with shitty weapons. I'm gonna try another game. Let's see what else. Star Parodier. Okay, so you got the say show you which ones is arcade, which one is HU card, and which one's a port. AC engine port. So there's damn time. Super Darius, Genji and Ike clans. Superstar Soldier, Try Shirei Sensei Spriggan. Ooh. So far, the biggest thing going on this is like the variety of games. Like my only real beefs are with design choices and with like with some of the Japanese games, like they're not translated. So what's the point of putting them on there? Like, well, I take that back because like still some are pretty fun. Like some are pretty easy to go through or easy to understand. But like with a game like Snatcher, where that's like narratively focused, then what's the point of putting that on there if you're not going to translate it? That reminds me, it would be nice to see a like modern day re-release of Snatcher. New game. There's another shooter. Those are like treasure. Are those treasure chests? You shouldn't really confuse as like bullet hell games, because it was like before bullet hell games, and bullet hell was like strictly about the bullets and the patterns. It's just about like shooting as many enemies as you can. Ugh. Man, I'm tired. try another one. I'm gonna go back to the American section. Okay, so you can sort by release date, name, game format. Alright. So like this one is to show you like if they're like well there are, I guess there aren't any CD games on the American version. At least they indicate like where if you need like 2 or 3 players to play a game. Shout out JJ and Jeff. Yes, hello, this is the JJ and Jeff Detective Agency. Was that you say a very rich man has been kidnapped? Yes, sir, I'll get on it right away. Fear not, my forlorn friend, I always saw the case. Hey, you don't think you're going somewhere out with me? That's not fair, you always leave me here alone. I want some fun and adventure too, you know. You guys look like 80 sitcom stars. I'm just kicking random things making coins pop out. What the fuck? What the hell did you just do? So I'm kicking random objects. Try getting above the stump chunk. Did they get healed or did I lose a life? Or... okay. Oh well. Oh, he's spraying something apparently. He's kicking everything. Ah. Okay, let's try another one. Ah, Alien Crush. Oh, okay. It's pinball. Ah. Oh, so this is the regular version of Lords of Thunder. Oh no, it's a CD version. So it's indicated like on the other one. Let me go back to that menu. Oh, that's right, I was playing it earlier. Damn. Yeah, I forgot all about that. Yes, this one doesn't sort by format like the other ones, like the other screen does. So here's Newtopia, Parasol Stars. No Space Harrier, Sega title. Check out Newtopia. Oh, that quick? Damn. Oh, so this is Zelda, basically. It's dangerous to go along the aisle. Nah. So the thing about the HU cards that, like, obviously it couldn't fit batteries on them, so they had to rely on the system's internal RAM to store data, I think, or passwords, and never old man. Huh. What are those two? Oh, I can jump. Okay, so those basically take me back there. So you just wasted those. Huh, never old woman. Isn't the world of medical science wonderful? If only people in the real world are just appreciative. Maybe we had to chew people out over wearing masks in public. See, that looks tough. See, if you notice this music, it very little sounds like better than the NES. But that's what the console games though. Huh. Everybody seems to live in caves. Ah. Uh-oh, it's not good. Needs some healing. I should have quick saved. See, which I think I'll go back to the menu. I think I'll check out one more game. Duck Kung Fu.
In der guten alten Zeit lebten die Menschen noch ruhig und in Frieden. Niemand glaubte, dass es in Zukunft zu einer Bedrohung kommen würde.
Turbografx. Here's a big intro everybody loved.
Auf der Schattenseite des Friedens und des Wachstums gab und gibt es aber auch immer das Böse. Die Menschen beginnen, das Wachstum abzulehnen und bezeichnen den Frieden als Degeneration. Wir haben uns hier versammelt, um die Mächte der Finsternis mit unserem verfluchten Blut zu rufen. Wir wollen, dass sie die Welt regieren. Wir erwarten lächelnd den Niedergang der Welt. Nach 100 Jahren ist der Böse wieder auferstanden. Er kann sich in eine Fledermaus, einen Wolf und Nebel verwandeln. Er liebt die Nacht. Er schlürft das Blut von jungen Frauen und lebt ewig. Der Burgherr des Teufelsschlosses, der Herr des Bösen, Graf Dracula ist auferstanden.
All right. This is a big prequel to Symphony of the Night. Victor goes free his kidnapped girlfriend from Dracula. And there's Konami's one-time tradition of having great music.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Uh-oh. I sure missed that multi-directional whip from Castlevania 4.
どなたの
Got him.
試して死んでよ。
Oh, that 90C Redbook audio. Older heads might remember that this was the town for Simon's Quest 2 that you start off in. There's a version of this for Super Nintendo, but it wasn't the same as the CD version. It was still a good game. I think people wanted the Super CD version. Alright. Trouble up ahead. And these were Simon Belmont said, like, in that little intro to the original Castlevania. Damn it. Right there. At least I get my axe back. So I guess I'm kind of glad I did I decided not to go the Gaming Archaeology route and just do a straight unboxing and tech demo. Because it could easily put me at 90 minutes. I think the first time this came to America, it was as a PSP exclusive, and it was actually a remake, which you can unlock the original Super CD version. This scrolls fucking with me. I regret giving up my knife. My axe. Ah well. Yeah, I'll check out one more game now, then that'll be it. Ooh, Dungeon Explorer. Yeah, it's actually one of the Wii Virtual Console games I bought. Screens Hella Dark. Apparently you can play it with up to 5 people. Or you can just use a USB hub for this system. Or if there's like a dedicated multi-tap you have to buy. This feels a lot like Gauntlet. Ah. Guess you gotta take out the monster generators and stuff. I think it's a good place to end for tonight. Anyway, that was the Turbografx Mini. So then turn it off and switch back to the full screen camera. Oh, there's a nice little animation for the shutting down. So that's nice. All right, camera only. So that was the Turbografx. Oh, interesting. So here's actually the one that came with the it feels a bit like harder, I guess, thicker or sturdier than the wireless one. But anyway, that's the this is the Turbografx 16 Mini. So I think the big selling point on this is the huge selection of games, as always. There's a lot of different variety, and you might even get a kick out. And there's also several Japanese games. In fact, where's the box at? Where's the box? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18. So yeah, there's actually more Japanese games on here than American games. So you can tell what audience like this was named for. This was for. Now, usually with these kinds of devices, like the Sega one and the NES, it's usually difficult to tell like what kind of audience would gain the most from this system. But like if you were a collector, you already got like most of the old games and stuff. But I think in this case, because the TG16 wasn't as popular over here in as it was in Japan, it might have it might appeal to a wider install base that's into retro gaming. Again, like they haven't really revisited the TG16 library the way they do with the SNES and and the Sega Genesis libraries. The closest we came to that was the virtual console games of the Wii, and that's something that the Switch needs to start doing again. Virtual console. There's the Johnny Turbo's arcade stuff that you see and the hamster stuff, but that's about the closest to it. But anyway, I think my biggest beefs are like the design flaws. You got to take this back section off, like we showed you earlier, to plug in the HDMI and the AC cord. And also with some of the Japanese games that are more narrative heavy, like maybe East and Snatcher, they're still in Japanese. So like, if you're gonna sell it to an American audience, then what's the point of having them on there if you're not gonna like offer a translation? But other than that, though, this is actually so for $100. Another issue I have is that it only comes with one controller. So if you want to bring in a second player, then you gotta buy a second one yourself. But of course, 8-Bit Dio and other companies are making plugs for this. It's kind of like the Genesis one where they're fighting games, which you pretty much need the 6 button for, but you have to buy the 6 button separately. But like this only comes with like one controller, so you have to buy another one separately. And if you got like lots of friends and you want to play multiplayer, then you have to buy the multi-tap, I guess. So actually, this the 8-bit though is the 8-bit Dio is actually the 8-bit though controller is actually pretty cheap. This is a wireless controller, and it's only like it's only $25. So on Amazon, the whole pack. So the console itself costs like $99, and the control cost me $25. So I would rather have a second controller within the system, but if you want a wireless controller, that's pretty cheap. But other than that, I think like for its asking price, there's a pretty good variety of games on here, and that's the biggest strong point because the TG16 wasn't as successful as the SNES or the Genesis, so a lot of older heads are gonna like this, and even some younger heads who really haven't really seen much of the older games. So yeah, this is a Turbografx 16 Mini, and thank you for joining me tonight, and I'll see you again later. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, Screwface Capone. That's where I announce what I'm going to do. Make sure you follow me on Twitch, Screwface Capone. And if you're on if you're on YouTube and you like what you just saw, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon so you'll know when I do another video. So anyway, peace out and you have a great rest of the week.